employed on the post.
Yes.
All of them are ready to give a befitting and a pulverizing blow to Pakistan in case it escalates, because
All
India
right.
certainly did not
All
start
right.
this.
All right, Nandita, thank you so much for that
Thank you.
information.
Thank you,
And that in a way sets the tone for the kind of talks that might be held tomorrow between the two DGMOs at noon. Also, what sets this tone is something that we've got for you according to sources which have made it clear that there will be no talks at the NSA level between India and Pakistan. That's one point that has clearly been made by sources. And as far as any other issue is concerned, well, the talks will only be held at the level of the DGMOs, and there won't be any mediator in the talks with Pakistan, and the talks will also be in a very narrow sort of zone or domain, which is handing over of Pakistan occupied Kashmir or POJK and of the terrorists who've been responsible for attacking India. Let me bring in my colleague Jessica Taneja as well now. Jessica, clearly we've made it very point blank to Pakistan that the course has been plotted for the way that India wants to engage with Pakistan only at the DGMO level, down a very narrow path without any wriggle room for India's slippery customer neighbor.
That's correct, Gautam, and it's also important to point out that India has said that it doesn't encourage, the traditional shuttle diplomacy as it has seen in the recent past as well, when it comes to, engaging on a war waged by Pakistan on India in the past as well. So India has made it clear that it will act independently, as you also pointed out, that there will be no mediators. The next level of talks will take place tomorrow, so a lot more clarity will be provided on that. But other bilateral engagements and the diplomatic cutoff that was in place, particularly also related to the Indus Water Treaty, which the Indian side clearly maintains is also is going to get altered because of Pakistan's cross-border terrorism, and will play an integral role, especially because the fact that India has wanted to make certain changes in the Indus Water Treaty that was, in fact, inked in 1950, and there have been so many changes, not just related to climate, but also, demographic, and a lot of projects that India intended to build on its legitimate waters have been hampered by Pakistan because of their legal roadblocks that the Pakistan side has created for so many times, that India had wanted to make important changes and reforms in the Indus Water Treaty. So perhaps that also would come into play as far as conversation with other leaders, etc., and making sure that our allies and partners understand as to why India had chosen to strike militarily deep inside Pakistan, because, as we've been talking about, of those terror facilities. And the message again is clear in the future as well, and this is something India, through its senior officials, which includes the Indian External Affairs Minister, Dr. S. Jaishankar, have made it very clear to the leaders, world leaders, as well as their counterparts, that India's message is clear. If they shoot, India will shoot. If they talk, India will talk. But also remembering the fact that India was not the original escalator, and perhaps it's only responding to defend itself in a moment where it is struck by the Pakistan military now, on our military as well. So, a lot of that coming into play as well. But then the moment the conversation took place, things changed, as you and I both know.
Certainly. Jessica Taneja, thank you for joining us from the newsroom there. And let's see how those talks go when the two DGMOs meet tomorrow, noon, Monday. Now, India's Defence Minister Rajnath Singh on Sunday praised Operation Sindoor, asserting that the Indian Armed Forces have delivered a decisive blow to anti-Indian elements inside Pakistan. He also said Operation Sindoor was not just a military action, but a symbol of India's political